Hello guys, RMG Darkstrider here, and welcome to another discussion video. And I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet because it's kind of a spontaneous one, and it's a question I wanted to ask you guys and a topic I wanted to talk about. Because I was surfing around the internet today, and I stumbled across this article, well, more video of IGN's, and they were talking about how they were unimpressed with the demo that they saw at PAX about the Evil Within. And the reasons they listed were a little weird to me because well, one of the problems they had was they didn't know what was going on, for one thing, and they said there wasn't a narrative with the demo. And my thought of that, well, maybe they didn't want to spoil anything in the demo. They just wanted to show you how the game played and like show off the enemy types and all that stuff. And they said, the thing that got me was they said it is too much like old school Resident Evil, and the fact that you can actually run away, like you can't blaze through everything with weapons you have. You actually have to run away and think about stuff, and you actually have to survive in a survival horror game. I know, it's crazy, right? You actually have to survive and fight for your life in a survival horror title. And I get it's not like anything we're used to nowadays, because in the recent survival horror titles you have guns upon guns and like grenades and rocket launchers and fucking flamethrowers and plasma cutters and shit. You have everything you need to deal with these enemies. Sure, they still put up a little bit of a challenge, but you're fully fucking set, you know, to take on anything that bulldozes your way. And it's like in the demo, it's not even like a small enemy that they ran away from. Like, they ran away from those big, like, safe head dudes with the giant axes. So, like, they saw that the handgun wasn't getting the trick done, and the people decided to run away. The people who were demoing the game at PAX, they decided to run away. And I guess IGN just boarded on the nope train, going like, nope, you can't beat all your enemies with your guns, I'm out of here, no. So, I am wondering, like, when Resident Evil 5 and 6 came out, people were going like, no, this isn't like traditional Resident Evil. Like, I want old school Resident Evil back with the puzzles and the guns and that you don't have to kill every enemy. And now that we actually got something that's the closest to the old school Resident Evil that we're ever going to get, made by Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil, and people are rejecting it. It's far-fetched. You know, it baffles me. Because, like, here, they're giving you exactly what you wanted and asked for ever since, like, since Resident Evil 5 and 6 didn't so well. I can imagine the Resident Evil fans did not like that at all, and people didn't either. Like, there are some fans that actually appreciate 5 and 6 for what they are, an action game with the Resident Evil skin over it. I honestly think Resident Evil 6 is just explosions. Like, there were so many explosions in that game. I could not take 5 and 6 seriously at all, because when I am a Resident Evil fan, I am a huge Resident Evil fan. I have all the Resident Evil games. Well, I currently own 1, 2, 3, 1 RE Remake, 4, and I've owned 5 and 6. I've played them all. I've played 5 and like from beginner to professional, and like almost platinum the damn thing. But like, first they were whining about how they want old school Resident Evil, and now that they have it, they don't want it. Like, I honestly think the action route that survival horror games that have taken kind of messed everything up, because people are not used to the survival horror games anymore. They want the new survival horror games, so to speak, where you are fully decked out with weapons and you have everything to deal with every situation and as little puzzles as possible. Well, if you ask me, you know, it's not right, because survival horror, you are actually supposed to survive. In my opinion, you should have little to no weapons. You should be vulnerable. That's what makes something scary, when you're vulnerable. You're not going to be scared of something where you can just pull out a rocket launcher out of nowhere and just blow it the fuck up, you know? Like, Outlast was a step in the good direction. Sure, the game was, you know, it's kind of on the short side, and the ending was kind of, you know, dumb. But it was a step in the right direction. You had no way to defend yourself, so you were scared of these humans. You know, they were human beings. They were crazy and everything and psychotic, but they were human beings. You didn't need a monster or anything to come like scare you. You were scared of people because you didn't have anything to defend yourself. You had a camera and that's it. And that is what true like horror is. Like true survival horror is, and it should be. It is the fact that you are a complete, normal, vulnerable person, not with an arsenal in your pockets, and you have to survive and solve these puzzles. You know? And I feel like that has just gone away with all these action games. And people are just rejecting the evil within because it is not what they're used to anymore. So, here's my question to you guys. Does old school survival horror have a place in the gaming community anymore? Because I feel like people are rejecting it because it's like, well, they say it's too old school. Well, I feel like that's what survival horror games should be in general. That's the way they should go because that's the way they were introduced, and that's the formula that works best for actually surviving, you know? Because it can't be survival horror if there's no surviving in it, you know? There has to be a survival aspect of survival horror, or else it's just horror or action with a little bit of scares here and there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section, and leave a like and subscribe if you want, because I'll definitely have Evil Within coverage in this channel whenever it comes out, because we have 3 Shinji Mikami fans that really want to get their hands on this game in this channel. So that's going to be a fun playthrough for everybody. So hope you're looking forward to it, and I'll see you guys next time.